Hello, Justin Simmons? Hi, this is Howie Roseman, and I've been calculating the calculations of the cornbread divided by the rotational pull of the Earth and the gravity fields at the equator. Now, oh wait, let me fix my pocket pencil protector. It appears to me that by my calculations, you are a free agent now out of Denver. Now, we have Vic Fangio here as our defensive coordinator, and I have one question for you. Would you like to come to Philly? Dallas still stinks. You been doing kick things back here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing. Hope you're hanging in there. You know Howie Roseman is busy calculating the calculations of the cornbread, followed by the gravitational field of the rotation of the Earth at the equator, divided by the distance of the moon and the sun and the clouds. You know Howie Roseman is doing his homework, and he is seeing the amount of safeties that are available. He is seeing Justin Simmons, and he is figuring out the calculations and whether or not he should come to Philly. And I gotta tell you, not in a million years did I think that my speculation about Saquon Barkley could actually be more real and more true than we thought. I thought it was purely, an out-of-the-box, reaching for the stars, like crazy scenario that could happen. Well, apparently there's more truth to Saquon Barkley coming to Philly than we even knew. Apparently there's mutual interest. All right, now, before we get into the Barkley thing and everything, we've got to talk about Justin Simmons, and we got to talk about this safety situation. All right, as many of you guys know, Justin Simmons was released from the Denver Broncos. Ian Rappaport is reporting this morning. Sources, the Pound Broncos are releasing All-Pro, Pro Bowl safety Justin Simmons in a move to clear salary cap space. Simmons becomes one of the top free agents immediately. He was to count $18.2 million against the cap. He is now free. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And here's my thoughts, right? My immediate thoughts on Justin Simmons are this. If I had my choice of what safeties to go out and get, he would not be in my top of my list. Okay? And that's not to say that I don't like him. And it's not to say he doesn't fit the system. And it's not to say that I would be angry if they did get him. But I'm really hoping that this team is going to try to make an effort to get young core players that are going to be around for years to come. If we go out and you get Justin Simmons, you might, it's like the same scenario with Slay or Bradbury, right? You go out, you get these guys that are a little older. They give you 1 year, 2 good years. I mean, maybe in Slay's case, they give you 3. But that's about it. And then they start to tail off. Look at this safety list, right? I think there's more than just this, but look at some of these, okay? Ari Marioff, he wrote, the free agent safety market is insane. Xavier McKinney, I would take him over Justin Simmons. Kyle Duggar, he's transitional player. Justin Simmons, Cameron Curl, Eddie Jackson, Kevin Byard, Julian Blackmon, Geno Stone, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, Darnell Savage, Jeremy Chin, Rashawn Jenkins, Jordan Whitehead, Tracy Walker, and Jordan Fuller. And there's even more than that, okay? But that's the main list, right? Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I would take C.J. Gardner-Johnson number 1. He would be my number 1 guy to go get because we know what he can do. We know his personality fits Philly. I like what he gives you from an attitude perspective as well. I then would go probably Xavier McKinney. I'd probably go those 2 guys ahead of Justin Simmons. Now, you're saying, what's the problem with Justin Simmons? It's purely an age thing, okay? It's just an age thing. I want younger guys. However, if I can't get one of those guys, Justin Simmons would probably be about 3rd on my list. Would I be upset if the Eagles got Justin Simmons? No. Would I look at him as a long-term solution at the safety position? No. But he could be the perfect fit. Let's face it. Let's be honest. He's played under Vic Fangio's system. He fits it. He knows it well. So that would be a perfect fit in that regard. Two, he may give Sidney Brown enough time to develop. Sidney Brown's coming back from an injury. He comes back. You don't have to rush him back this year. Let him work at his own pace. Let him kind of learn the system, learn behind Justin Simmons. So Justin Simmons would not be a bad pick. Make no mistake about it. I would not be upset at all. I mean, at all, if the Eagles were to go out and get Justin Simmons. I would not mind it at all. However, I would prefer to go the route of the younger guys. McKinney, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. To me, C.J. Gardner-Johnson's the perfect guy. Because C.J. Gardner-Johnson has the attitude I like. He has he has that swagger that I think the Eagles miss badly. Justin Simmons is 30 years old, man. He's getting older. How many years is he going to give you? That's the question. And, we have to go back and look. Did his play drop off this year? Or is it purely a money thing? I think it's purely a money thing from a cap perspective. But I'm just saying. So there are some definite safeties out there. Now, people ask me about Jordan Poyer. I don't want him, too old. Jamal Adams. I don't want him. I don't want those guys. Jeremy Chin. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about Jeremy Chin, but I might take a shot on him. But definitely C.J. Gardner-Johnson or Xavier McKinney, I would actually prefer over Justin Simmons. But I wouldn't be mad at all if they went out and got him. Eddie Jackson, I think a little bit. There's other guys I'd rather have. I don't think the Eagles will necessarily draft a safety early, but, that's just my opinion. So, Justin Simmons is a name to watch. We've heard reports last year that the Eagles were interested in trying to trade for him. We heard about a week ago that the Eagles were interested in possibly trading for him. Nobody bit, so Denver wound up cutting him. I think it's a very, very good chance that Justin Simmons ends up with the Eagles. Would I be upset? No. Is he my first choice? No. He'd probably be my third, fourth, top 5 choice to get at safety. Do I think he would help? Yeah, I think he would help immediately this year. There's no question about it. The question is going to be in 2 years. And, what's he going to do in 2 years? What's he going to do in 3 years? Now you got a 33-year-old safety in a couple years. And, here we go again. We need to fill the position. So I would prefer to go younger. But if I can't, then you know what? I'll deal with it. I will deal with it. So we'll see. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you guys real quick about is the Saquon Barkley situation. It appears to me that the Saquon Barkley, there's a lot more steam and a lot more reality than just Philly 500 speculation. I kind of viewed Saquon Barkley as hey, give me your, out of left field surprise signing that nobody would see coming. And I said Saquon Barkley. I didn't think that the Eagles had necessarily a ton of interest in him. We basically the odds favorite to land every running back. But I got to tell you, I think it makes a lot of sense to go after Saquon Barkley. And why do I say that? Well, Barkley has played, I believe, he's played in most, I think he's played 13 games last year, 16 games the year before. He's had injuries, but he's starting to play most of the season. And if you put Saquon Barkley around a team with talent, he is going to be, in my opinion, as impactful as Christian McCaffrey was to the 49ers. Now, Howard Eskin, we all know Howard Eskin. Howard Eskin, he always knows what's going on with the Eagles. That's how he gets on the sideline. People will say he's the biggest apologist for the Eagles that there is. But he usually has an idea what's true and what's not. This is what he said on sports radio, right? Quote, "I didn't believe, but I checked it. And they do have interest," referring to the Eagles, "have interest in Saquon Barkley. I think they're trying to work on something that would not be fully guaranteed. He's not going to get a ton. Quote, I think they're looking for a running back that can also catch the football." So they're looking for a dual threat running back, right? And you're going to say, I know the answer is, hey, listen, DeAndre Swift can catch the football, but they don't use him. For whatever reason, and I don't get it, the Eagles don't view him as a running back that could take the full load. Pause. Take that full load. Pause. but that's why he would be a perfect complementary back with Derrick Henry, in my opinion. And then Ryan Dunleavy wrote this. The interest is mutual. Saquon to pound Eagles is a real possibility. I have had the Eagles on my list of landing spots for weeks. And then he has his article. He's from the New York Post. So, listen, the Eagles are interested in Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is interested in coming to the Philadelphia Eagles. This could be a match made in heaven. This could be something you have to watch. Now, I know there's a lot of people that don't like it because they view Saquon Barkley as injury prone. Somebody in my comment section said, hey, listen, what's the difference between Avonte Maddox and Saquon Barkley? They both get injured all the time. Well, the reality is that Barkley still, even though he has had injuries in the past, he's played a lot more over the last few years than Avonte Maddox. The thing with Barkley is that Barkley is extremely talented. Like, Barkley, if he lives up to his ceiling, is a top 3 back. And especially with his ability to catch out of the backfield, I can see why the Eagles would go after him. It makes a lot of sense. You add Saquon Barkley to that offense. It is scary with no weaknesses. Now, you get Saquon Barkley, you add some depth at the offensive line in the draft, all right, and you're going to have to add a third wide receiver. But you're not going to have to spend that much more money than that. You get Saquon Barkley in. I mean, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy how talented and scary that offense is. So I totally understand it. But it looks like the Eagles are a lot more interested in Saquon Barkley than we were led to believe, or a lot of us thought. And that doesn't mean he's going to sign here, okay? There's still going to be other teams interested. One of those teams I'm telling you better watch out for is the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys need a running back. And besides my Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, duo that I would like to do, this would be my second choice, Saquon Barkley. And I think with the amount of running backs in free agency that are talented, and with the devaluation, and that's the key to this whole thing, is that the running back position has been so devalued that Howie Roseman has to be looking at it going, this is already a bargain, right? This is a bargain for us right now. So we'll do it. People talk about Barkley getting $13 million. He ain't getting $13 million. I think he's going to get somewhere around the 8 to 10 million range. I don't think it's going to be more than that. So I think that Howie's probably looking at it going, I can get him for 8 to 10 million, and my offense is set. I can then focus on my defense. So something to watch out for nonetheless. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a thing bad. Remember, it's Howie Vision, baby. We're all just living in it. All right, so just to let you guys know, the start of free agency next week, I am taking a few days off in the afternoon to come hang out and talk free agency and see what's going on. So we will be live next week during the afternoon, hanging out for a few hours. If you want to come hang out, it should be a lot of fun. Denzel Washington will be there. Most people will think that I'm really Denzel Washington, but that's just the way it goes. I'll have to tell them, I know I look like him, but I'm not him. But thank you for coming to the live stream. Now let's focus on the Eagles. Denzel Washington out.